Oh my god, Macca's for breakfast, lol. Yay, I love my boyfriend so much. Oh yeah guys, the new Halo 4 is the sickest game out. It's not hard to believe, but these are actual posts and comments I have to scroll through every morning, lunch and night. Do they sound similar to your newsfeed? Social media has become a fundamental part of our daily lives, and not many of us are aware of its negative impact on both the innocent and the deserving. Today, I'll be explaining about why social media has decreased human happiness within our society. Bullying, abusive messages, lying con artists, and vicious criminals lurk beneath the finely spun silk of our glorious internet, and I'm about to expose them. Unfortunately, our new modern technologies are evolving too fast, and our justice system just can't keep up. Without the authorities keeping online abuse at bay, teenagers everywhere are becoming victims of cyberbullying and are falling into depression, self-harm, and even to the extent of suicide. Cyberbullying. It is the use of internet and related technologies to harm other people in a deliberate and hostile manner. This includes damaging reputations, the spreading of rumours, and general nastiness. There are many examples I could dive into, but for the sake of your patience and the time limit, I'm only going to mention a few. As the amount of bullying increases, the amount of unhappiness also increases, particularly for Generation Y. Not many of us have heard of a girl called Jessica Laney. Maybe that's because she only lived to the age of 16. Before I start, could I have a show of hands for the people who remember a site called Formspring? To sum it up, it's a website that allows you to post abusive messages to innocent victims, remaining anonymous the whole time and no way to contact you. Jessica Laney scrolled through her daily routine of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and most importantly, Ask.fm, which is similar to Formspring. Day after day, Jessica was constantly taunted about how ugly she was, her past experiences, and her life choices. This is no way to be talking to anybody, let alone a 16-year-old girl. Our generation is our future, right? A young, bright, and potentially world-changing teenager was pushed and pushed to the point where she felt any help could no longer save anything. Are these the kinds of consequences we want? Just because another dumb teenager is trying to troll, or maybe because they can't keep their fingers off the keyboard. All through my childhood, a particular saying was crushed into my memory. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Now, I'm not sure what kind of inspirational sayings are being thrown around to the younger generation, but it sure as hell wasn't the one I was taught. From 16 years old to 15 years old, I'm sure we've all heard of Amanda Todd. I'm still going to refresh your memories on what really happened. When I looked into this story, I felt like I finally understood why her video went viral so quickly. Amanda Todd was bullied mercilessly, forced to change schools, and then attempted suicide by drinking bleach. She survived her attempt and was further teased on Facebook and other social media sites. She was tagged in photos of bleach and mocked all day. On September the 7th last year, she posted a video to YouTube, another popular networking site. It was a short film of her sharing her heartbreaking ordeal of her life on a series of flashcards. A month later, after receiving little help, she killed herself. I'd just like to remind you that Amanda Todd was only 15. Thinking of her age made me really quite upset because my little brother Dylan is just about to turn 15, and I could not even imagine why or what kind of people could torment such a young person to the breaking point of taking their own life. Imagine if that was one of your younger siblings. It just shows that a new element of social media adds a new and very different component of danger and unhappiness to the lives around us. Through both of these cases, being anonymous plays a big role in the cracks of the World Wide Web and could potentially lead to extreme harm, both physical and mental. A few weeks ago, I watched one of the best documentaries ever. It was called Catfish. It's about a boy called Neve, who becomes friends with an 8-year-old girl, Abby. She lives on the other side of America. Neve becomes closer with Abby's family and friends on Facebook and starts a relationship with her older sister and very attractive sister, Megan. As Neve and Megan's relationship develops, they want to meet up, but Megan is becoming very evasive. He decides to document the whole situation. Neve finally plans a surprise trip to Michigan to meet Megan and is distraught at what he finds. Megan is actually Angela. As you can tell by that short story, not just Neve, but many, many people are being tricked into loving someone who they don't even know. Altogether, this new way of socialising, not just on Facebook, but dating sites too, have opened the gateways and are encouraging antisocial behaviour. This is not a healthy way to live out a life. Sitting on your butt all day and pretending to be somebody else. Stop working on that dungeon tan and meet real, light-hearted and genuine people. The internet has somehow rapidly evolved into a portal for discreet and disgusting behaviours. While researching this topic, multiple web addresses were suggested for me. For example, I was recommended to visit the site Victorian Milan. This is a website for the inconspicuous dating between married or attached people. Social media sites like this, who intentionally encourage affairs and cheating, are tearing families apart. Divorces, fights, and mental scarring can arise from problems like this, for both the people involved and their children. So far, the internet is looking like a despicable place, and I'm not sure why anyone would want to surf its waves of dishonesty. The amount of knowledge the internet can hold is unbelievable, and most of us have taken advantage of this whilst doing some sort of homework in the past. But it's the more personal issues that the internet just can't solve, making people unhappy. As my peers for 5 or more years now, I would at least expect a handful of you to know a little of my personal life. And I'm not talking about who I like. I mean some of my serious health problems. During year 9 of my studies at Oberon High, I experienced a lot of unexplained weight loss and weight gain. It was linked to cancer. This year, just a few months ago actually, my wrists were extremely itchy. That was cancer too. I've had osteoporosis, I've had polio, and I may not look like it, but I've been pregnant 4 times. Who would like to know who my doctor was? It was the one and only Dr. Google. As well as being a man of many talents, Dr. Google has managed to screw up my life more times than Year 12 has so far. I've forever changed eating habits, taken weird tasting vitamins, and even gone to the extent of burning my freckles off with vinegar. Call me a hypochondriac if you like, but 85% of the time, self-diagnosis over the internet is going to result in unhappiness. I regret to say this, but the negative effects are 100 times worse the other way around. Imagine the sheer joy of endlessly searching your symptoms on the web and finding out it was just an irritated eye or even a common cold. A day later, your eyes and skin are just a little itchy, maybe a little bit yellow. 2 days pass and you're dead. It was liver failure. Oops, sorry internet user, I thought you had a cold. Condolences, Google. Would life not be so much easier without the internet? Stop searching for reasons as to why you have that rash and go and see your doctor. I guarantee you will turn out much happier knowing what is actually wrong instead of spending unnecessary time looking at answers from unqualified randoms. As I'm saying this, I don't mean to say there are no good and happy things about the internet. Looking through social media gives us the ability to access entertainment 24/7. 72 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Multiply that by the amount of minutes in a day and you get 82,080 hours of video uploaded a day. So much entertainment at the tips of our fingers and yet still so much more to enjoy. These kinds of happiness videos should be watched instead of scrolling through abuse on Facebook. They have the power to make you feel so much better and warm inside. So if you feel like using social media, share Too Cute on Facebook, retweet it and get your friends to watch it too. It really is the only way to be happy on the internet. Apart from cute and funny videos, this is where the goods end. Don't forget what I've shown you today. The internet is full of bullying and anonymous harassers who cause extremely young teenagers to kill themselves. These anonymous tricksters toy with the emotions of others, as well as encouraging affairs that tear families apart. The high-tech new symptom checkers allow people to sit at home and rot away with unidentified diseases instead of actually going outside. Although when you see past all these negatives, there is only a small amount of happiness. Videos of kittens and puppies playing is really the only source of innocent happiness left on the internet.